Every morning, millions of men wake up in beds more comfortable than kings once knew, in homes safer than ancient fortresses, with access to luxuries that would make emperors weep with envy. And yet, these same men feel hollow, restless, like they're sleepwalking through a life that should feel like victory, but instead feels like nothing. 5 centuries ago, one man predicted this exact moment. His name was Niccolo Machiavelli, and his warning about comfort might be the most important lesson you never learned. Consider this statistical reality. We live in the most comfortable era in human history. Mental health issues among men have skyrocketed. We have the most conveniences ever invented. Male suicide rates continue climbing. We've eliminated most physical dangers, yet men report feeling more anxious and purposeless than previous generations. This isn't coincidence. According to Machiavelli's observations of human nature, this is inevitable. In his private letters and political writings, Machiavelli documented a pattern he saw repeated throughout history. Prosperity creates weakness, safety breeds complacency, and comfort, the thing we all chase, ultimately destroys the very qualities that made us capable of achieving it. He called this the paradox of peace, and understanding it changes everything. Machiavelli spent his life studying what separated effective leaders from failures. What he discovered wasn't about intelligence or resources. It was about relationship with adversity. In The Prince, he wrote about the concept of necessità, necessity. His core insight: human excellence emerges only under pressure. Remove the pressure, and excellence gradually disappears. He observed this pattern everywhere. Successful military commanders who became soft during peacetime and lost their next war. Wealthy merchant sons who inherited comfort and destroyed family fortunes within a generation. Entire civilizations that grew powerful through struggle, became comfortable through success, then collapsed when new challenges arose. Machiavelli's conclusion was stark. Comfort is not the reward for strength, it's the enemy of strength. But here's where this becomes personal. According to his framework, every convenience in your life is potentially making you less capable of handling inconvenience. Every comfort you embrace makes you less able to function without that comfort.
Apply Machiavelli's lens to modern masculine experience, and patterns emerge that explain why so many men feel unfulfilled despite material success. Your grandfather could fix his car, build furniture, hunt for food, navigate without GPS, and function during power outages. These weren't special skills. They were basic masculine competencies. What happens when your internet goes down? When your GPS stops working? When you can't order food delivery? This isn't about becoming a survivalist. It's about recognizing what Machiavelli understood. Dependence on comfort systems creates psychological weakness, even when those systems function perfectly. The man who cannot handle discomfort becomes enslaved to whatever provides comfort. The man who needs constant convenience becomes controlled by whoever controls that convenience. Machiavelli wrote, "Dependency is the enemy of liberty." Modern comfort creates layers of dependency most men never recognize. Machiavelli couldn't have known about testosterone, cortisol, or neuroplasticity, but his observations about human nature predicted what modern science now confirms. Male biology is optimized for problem solving under pressure. Your nervous system, hormone production, and cognitive function all improve when facing genuine challenges. This isn't theoretical, it's measurable. Studies show that men who regularly engage with difficult, meaningful challenges have higher testosterone levels, better stress resilience, improved cognitive function, greater life satisfaction. Conversely, men in consistently comfortable environments show declining hormone profiles, increased anxiety, and decreased stress tolerance over time. Machiavelli observed this pattern behaviorally. Men become accustomed to hardship gradually lose their fear of hardship. Men accustomed to ease gradually lose their capacity for effort. Your body is designed for conquest, not the violent kind, but the overcoming of obstacles. When you remove all obstacles, your system begins to atrophy, like a muscle that's never challenged. But Machiavelli's most profound insight wasn't about comfort's effects on individuals. It was about comfort's strategic function in society. In his diplomatic writings, he noted that powerful entities often maintain control, not through oppression, but through the provision of comfort. Comfortable populations don't revolt.
They don't demand change. They don't take risks.
Apply this lens to modern society. The easier life becomes, the less likely men are to challenge existing systems. The more convenience available, the less motivation to develop independence. This creates what Machiavelli would recognize as perfect political strategy: control through dependency, wrapped in the language of improvement. Every subscription service that handles things you could do yourself, every app that eliminates small inconveniences, every system that promises to make life easier. From Machiavelli's perspective, these aren't just conveniences, they're control mechanisms. The question isn't whether this is intentional. The question is whether you're going to recognize the pattern and choose differently. Machiavelli's solution wasn't to reject all comfort, but to maintain what he called strategic discomfort, deliberately engaging with difficulty to preserve capability. He recommended that effective leaders regularly practice what he termed exercises in adversity, intentionally placing themselves in challenging situations to maintain their ability to handle unexpected challenges. For the modern man, this translates into specific practices: voluntary physical discomfort, regular exposure to cold, heat, hunger, or exhaustion, not as punishment but as training. Skill independence, developing capabilities that reduce dependence on external systems, learning to cook, fix things, navigate, create value with your hands. Social independence, building the ability to function without constant validation or approval, making decisions based on principles rather than popularity. Financial independence, creating multiple income sources and reducing lifestyle inflation. Building anti-fragility rather than just stability.
The goal isn't to live uncomfortably. It's to choose discomfort strategically so that when discomfort chooses you, you're prepared. Machiavelli observed that men who regularly challenge themselves develop what he called virtù, not moral virtue, but practical excellence. The ability to adapt, overcome, and thrive regardless of circumstances. This creates a psychological shift. Instead of feeling anxious about potential problems, you develop confidence in your ability to handle whatever emerges. Instead of feeling dependent on external circumstances for happiness, you develop internal resilience. Most importantly, you stop feeling that restless emptiness that comfort creates. When you're regularly overcoming genuine challenges, life feels meaningful again. You remember what you're capable of. This isn't about becoming uncomfortable for its own sake. It's about remaining dangerous in a world that profits from your domestication. Machiavelli's core message was simple. If you want to remain capable, you must regularly practice capability. If you want to stay strong, you must regularly encounter situations that require strength. The comfortable life isn't the good life. It's the life that gradually makes everything else impossible. Your choice is clear. You can continue outsourcing your capabilities to systems that profit from your dependence, or you can take Machiavelli's advice and maintain your edge through strategic engagement with difficulty. The men who shaped history weren't the most comfortable. They were the most capable.
and capability is a choice you make every day. In the comments, share one area where you've noticed comfort making you weaker, and more importantly, what you're going to do about it. Subscribe for more insights on developing masculine capability in a world designed to eliminate it. Remember Machiavelli's warning: comfort is the luxury you can't afford.